let me tell you something, brother. Okay, AEW sucks, dude. You know what I'm saying, brother? Those guys can never get past mid-card status, brother, in WWE, dude. All right? That's right, brother. F you, new blood, brother. What is going on? All
What's
you
up,
wrestling fans out there. Wrestling. Not wrestling. Wrestling. That's right. Pro wrestling and movie lovers. You know how we do here. We may go off topic and talk about a little bit of everything. Yes. But we're gonna focus on some wrestling today. We got Retro Leo in the house, my friend.
What's going on, guys, gals, children of all ages? Thanks for joining us.
Nice. I thought you were gonna do the whole.
There's my children right there.
I know. I see little big man in the back there.
Right.
I'll do my best not to curse. I'll do my best not to say any F-bombs because he's back there.
I know, right? No F-bombs. I got you, bro.
Oh, I'll do the best I can. If it slips, I'm sorry. All right. Who we got? What other wrestling fans we got in the house tonight? Jake Hall. What is going on, my friend? John Martinez says, can't wait to start the ruckus. CM Punk.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, man. John says, hey, Phat Samurai Guy, have you seen the trailer of the movie Yakuza Princess yet? I saw the trailer. It looks interesting. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Hopefully, I'm hearing good things about that one though. Heather Love, what's going on? John Collins, Michael Gonzalez says All Out was great sauce. That's right. And AJ Mason, what is going on, my friend? All right. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. But had to talk a little bit about some wrestling because WWE. I'm sorry, I said the evil words there. AEW. All Out. Wrestling purists, wrestling fans are saying that was one of the best pay-per-views they have ever seen in their entire life in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'll get your thoughts on what do you think the future is of AEW, and we could talk a little bit about, is this legit? Now has the war started? Has the war started? Some people are saying because of what happened over the weekend, the war is over. Some people are saying the war is over. So, but we'll get into that. But yeah, we're going to kind of jump around a little bit and talk and have some fun talking about the pay-per-view here, and for those of you that are watching here. So, first up, what's going on, John? What's cracking? Oh my goodness, he was there. He was there.
First up, you got to pour some whiskey to start this night out.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Right? Cheers, everyone.
I wish I was sipping whiskey with you, my
Cheers.
friend. Cheers.
That's a lot of whiskey. My God. You're starting strong.
Just water, man. Just water today. Nice.
Change
Very
that.
Nice.
Change that. So you said as the war started.
Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. Like, is AEW have enough traction now to where they can be? Yeah. We're going to get into all that. I just want to kind of blow through the pay-per-view really quick and get your thoughts. But hold on a second. Michael says, as long as the WWE is making billions in stock, I don't think they are ever going to care about the quality of the product. And that's true. We'll get to that when we get a little bit later. Hold on a second. John, what's going on, my friend? It says, Sam, thank you for being on Retro Serials channel. Well, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to go back on the channel and talk movies. That's right. Wrestling war, baby. Oh, yeah. So this really quick. So this legend here I became a fan of. He is now me and Lady Fat Blood's uncle. We have claimed him as our uncle. But we have became huge fans of Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki, excuse me. For the past couple of years. He's an old school legend. He's been around. And he's legit badass in real life. When Pancrase MMA was around in the early days, he actually beat Ken Shamrock. Like, Ken Shamrock in his prime. He beat him and made him tap.
Wow.
Later on, he got beat by Boss Rutan, but that shows that it was a legit sport back then. But yeah, Suzuki is fucking psycho, and I can't wait
to watch. Like it, too. My God.
Yeah, and he's up there, man. He's been around. He's up there, but he showed up after Moxley beat Kojima because they're still having this crossover between Impact Wrestling and New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So wrestlers can go over there and wrestle. Their wrestlers can come over here and wrestle. It's awesome.
Yes.
I wish WWE would do that, but they probably won't do anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Suzuki. Their match in New Japan was badass. They beat the shit out of each other, so I can't wait to see this rematch. But here's a familiar face for Leo. I'm so happy. I've always been a fan of hers, but I feel like they didn't know what to do with her. They didn't know what to do with her stable, and her stable just kind of became the gatekeepers for other female wrestlers. They would be the villains of the piece, the heels, and they always lose. And it was just kind of like, I always felt like they were the gatekeepers. But I'm very happy that's right, Ruby Soho is now All Elite, a.k.a. Ruby Riott in WWE. But I'm so happy for her because she's actually very talented. Yeah. And they just kind of she's just the gatekeeper to keep losing to any other female wrestlers that are around. But she showed up, they had like a little battle royal thing. She won that, but I'm excited for the prospect of her versus Thunder Rosa, which is really good. Thunder Rosa is amazing. Yeah. She's badass. So I'm looking forward to seeing them go at it. And, as great and as amazing and as awesome as AEW is, and Thunder Rosa is, and Britt Baker is, let's be honest, their female division is still improving slowly. It still needs work. So hopefully, some new blood versus some old blood is in there. They're going to kick ass and take names. But I'm very happy for her because they weren't doing anything with her. She was just constantly just jobbing over and over again, like a lot of these guys. By the way, if you can watch the highlights, Leo, definitely check out the Lucha Bros. That's right, man. Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks. Steel cage match. The highlights are insanity, bro. Insanity, man. Like, exciting, nuts. I mean, their ladder match.
Right.
I mean, this is insane. But I'm very happy that Lucha Bros are now champions. I'm very happy about that. Again, do you remember a time, Leo, when tag teams were exciting? Like, it was actually a big deal, the tag team division.
It was.
Right?
Yes.
And unfortunately,
a couple times. There were a couple time periods where tag teams mattered. You know what I'm saying? The late 80s was huge. The Hart Foundation and stuff were like reigning supreme, and like and obviously then tag teams kind of made this comeback for a bit, but it seems like whenever a tag team hits the WWE main roster, the main goal for Vince McMahon is to dismantle that tag team as immediate as possible.
Yes, immediately.
And it's just a sad. He's just never liked tag teams. He doesn't see the value in them for some reason, which is just odd to me. Which is odd to me because his most successful era of the Attitude Era, another time period where tag teams were top, when you had the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys in those matches. Like, why would you not see value in tag teams?
No, we got to break them up with the draft.
Right. And he's done that he did that with American Alpha, a great tag team, came from NXT.
Right.
This is before you were watching NXT. This is when I was watching it, and it was like American Alpha, you had the Ascension, Ruin. Yeah. I mean, the list obviously goes on and on. But,
right. But yeah, it's like there is value there. Tag team matches can be exciting, and it's just weird that he just never was a fan of that. Do you think he would have got rid of tag teams? I'm surprised they're still kind of bootleg around. But let's talk about the man that kind of got you back into what is going on. I gotta look around and see what is happening at AEW with your boy here showing up, making his debut, son.
Thing is I gotta watch the pay-per-view. I still haven't had a chance to watch it. It's kind of unfortunate. That would help with an AEW rant, right?
He still got it. He still got it, man.
Weird stuff, but man, watching his return his return was wild. I mean, it was just like so surreal. It was almost like when Bret Hart returned in 2010. I remember just going like, I can't believe this is happening. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. And he was the guy who got me back into wrestling. You know what I mean? I watched WrestleMania 28 and was like blown away by that steel cage match with Triple H and Undertaker. That's when Triple H still had long hair. Mm-hmm. And Undertaker shaved his head. I had all Mohawk style, just like you look. He went Mohawk style for the first time. It was like It was just the most unbelievable match. And I remember then I was like, I gotta watch Monday Night Raw, you know.
Yeah.
And then I saw CM Punk, and I was just like, what is going on? This is amazing. You know what I mean? And then
the pipe bomb, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
the pipe bomb segment.
He's so good on the mic, and you know the beef between him and Triple H was so real though backstage that it was just. And we've watched that 10-minute, you know, just that talk about a shoot promo between those guys.
Yeah.
But you know,
I know you haven't seen the pay-per-view yet, but it was a good match, man. Like it was 7.5 years CM Punk has not wrestled, and he looked good, man. He's in
pants.
I know, know. We'll see how long that lasts, but yeah, still working hard. Hasn't lost a step.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, the go to sleep move, he pulled it off. He didn't botch it. You know, so yeah. Fans were happy about that. And really quick here, and of course you have the Kenny Omega versus Christian. Now here I'm going to use Christian as a little segue to a conversation here.
Okay.
We've always liked Christian. Christian has always been fun, but we've always had that respect for Christian as a worker.
Mm-hmm.
He could work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, Christian's not one of those guys where you would see Vince make him main event WrestleMania, right? He's not. I mean, I remember Vince looking at Christian, and he kind of said that he looks like a rodent. Like he just didn't
him. I guess I was reading an article like a couple weeks ago that it came out that Vince has never believed in Christian much more than a mid-carder. You know what I mean? He's never thought. Right. Which, and you know, you kind of can't blame. I mean, it's not that Christian doesn't have the talent, but when you're on a roster like WWE's roster,
so it was bloated.
You can understand why Vince is just not even thinking about Christian. When you got guys like Brock Lesnar and John Cena and Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, he's not thinking about Christian. You know, and that's just why I think AEW is so great, because this is not the dinosaur. You know, I noticed that they're focusing more now on the big guys again. You know, they're kind of pushing all the big guys, and AEW is doing what NXT started to do and should have stuck with, you know.
Right, hold on a second. Oh, got super chat from John Collins. Thank you, my friend, for the support. He goes, the pay-per-view is amazing. CM Punk was amazing. However, he did seem a little winding during the match, but the Lucha Bros match was incredible. That's good. I'm a little winding. We'll take that over botching completely, right?
Was that a $5 donation from John Collins?
Yes.
That's nice. I'm going to match that. Boom.
What?
Put me down for $5. Yeah, matched. I want to see more donations. I'm going to donate up to $50 more.
This guy.
My own cash. I'm serious, guys. So pump those donations. I'm going to match another $50 more. Let's see him. Okay.
Oh, this guy. But anyway, back to Christian. This is why I want to bring it up, is because when Christian temporarily came back in WWE fans were like, yay, Christian, we love this guy, he's fun, oh shit, he's teaming up with Edge again, yeah.
Right.
Soon as Christian jumped ship, oh, he sucks, he's old, he can't hang. Oh, they completely turned on him like right away.
Even though they were chanting, "You still got it," you know what I mean? Those kind of chants.
Completely turned on him, and I think that's fucking stupid, man. Right. It's like, dude, people have to find works other places. They have to eat, and if a wrestler can find success someplace else, you shouldn't get mad about it and completely turn. That sounds like wah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are you doing? Like, you know. But the good news is, he could still work, brother. I mean, he kept up with Kenny Omega, one of the best. So it was actually a pretty good match. And this was insane. Kenny Omega pulled a one-wing angel off the top rope.
Oh my God.
It's insane, dude.
God, that is so dangerous of a move.
From the top.
Oh. I mean, I just can't, you know. You have to have such unbelievable trust for who you're working with in the ring. You're definitely not going to be trusting Goldberg to do that shit.
No.
No Goldberg.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's awesome. I'm glad for Christian to be able to have these high profile matches that he's deserved for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. They wanted Edge and Christian at WrestleMania for a lot of years. Yeah. And it was always penciled in. It would always be like, Vince be like, it'd be like, like 6 months before or 7 months before. We'll put it on the card. We'll make it happen. And then it would always be bumped off. You know, I mean, that's what I always heard about that, and which is a bummer because it's like it could be such a great match. One, you got two of your biggest, one of your biggest tag teams from the Attitude Era facing each other now at WrestleMania after all those amazing WrestleManias. Tag team. It's like, come on, Vince, give them one damn match.
I know that would be crazy. That would be insane. But after the slobber knocker from the one wing angel from the top rope, which is nuts, the Elite kind of turned on him and the Lucha Party, not the Lucha Party, Luchasaurus and the crew.
Oh, okay.
And then, oh shit, Adam Cole baby,
oh damn,
came out, and the crowd went insane.
Right.
So remember what you said about how that. Remember we watched NXT Takeover, and we were like, "What the fuck was that ending between his match and Kyle O'Reilly?" Remember that felt weird.
Yeah.
Even the audience, the NXT fans, were like chanting bullshit. Something felt like they ran out of time or whatever. It's probably because this was right around the corner.
Okay.
It's probably because he was getting ready to leave and jump ship anyway.
Makes
so they're
sense.
like, all right, we'll just end it. We'll just end it.
No grandiose ending or
no. But he came out, and for a second you think he was going to help the good guys. Nope, super kicked Jungle Boy here, took him out, and of course, he's with his friends, the Young Bucks and Omega there, and it's cool because he was part of the Bullet Club. And in New Japan, they were all too sweet over there. You know what I'm saying? So why not? And then, oh shit!
Oh man, dude.
Right at that moment, your boy came out. He came out and just wrecked shop.
Yeah, because I was watching the dude. It was just, it's just so wild, man. Daniel Bryan. I was watching their returns, and it was just. Daniel Bryan walking out and just realizing like, wow, like this is like, the crowds are just as big. The money's just as big. The production value's there. What do you need WWE for?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Your mic went out. Can't hear you.
Am I back?
There, you're back now. There you go.
Okay, sorry. I have to see if I can find a way to put this on like a silent mode so incoming calls won't mess things up. But
oh, it's all good.
But Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, I'm watching the highlights right now, or I'm watching the match actually.
Yeah.
Of Punk and Allen. It's just now starting. And it's just like, what I don't think people realize, if you're an old school fan, if you're watching and you're an old school fan and you haven't really been keeping up, and you're kind of just, you hear what's going on, kind of like with videos like this. Punk and Bryan are the equivalent, whether not now. Putting them up against these two guys, 2 versus 2, they're not equivalent. They're equivalent. They have different strengths. Let me just say, but for the power and the popularity of the time, Punk and Bryan are Austin and Rock today. They are hands down. They Punk and Bryan are Hogan and Warrior. I don't think people understand that. For people that have been watching wrestling from let's say 2005.
I would agree with that on a technical level.
Right.
They're for technical wrestlers and their style. They're two of the best in terms of crossing over.
I mean popularity.
Maybe to wrestling fans, I don't know about outside of wrestling, probably not. But to wrestling fans, yeah. To wrestling fans, I could see that.
To wrestling fans, that's who we're fucking talking about.
Okay.
I mean, no one outside of wrestling really knows. I mean, this is the crazy part. Is CM Punk transcended because he joined UFC? He's acting now. Daniel Bryan transcended. This motherfucker transcended because of his yes chant. He got himself so over that people were doing his yes chant at stadiums and other sports. They had no idea what they were doing. They just knew what this was. They didn't even realize that came from WWE. That's how and I've shown you clips, of Daniel Bryan's popularity, the Occupy Raw episode.
Yeah.
Dude, when he won at WrestleMania 30, the title, no one gets pops. Old school pops, Stone Cold Steve Austin pops, Rock pops, crowds just going fucking apeshit. No one except Punk and Bryan in WWE. And I would talk about this all the time. The time. There's no one that people would just get unhinged for, just losing themselves for. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. There's no one else. I mean, not even.
I'm trying to think.
The New Day, so popular.
Yeah.
People aren't
And
losing
WWE, and
No.
you may have a point in WWE since they left.
Yeah, in WWE.
In terms of getting
WWE,
that crowd response, I think you might have something there. You might have a point, actually, because I'm trying to think who else the crowd loses their shit over. I mean, like that. You know what I mean?
There really is no one. I mean, and that can be attributed to the fact that everyone's holding their phones up.
Right.
No one is experiencing the moment for themselves. No one's registering it in the old Minds data bank. They're more worried about registering it in the old phone data bank. You don't need a fucking video, dude. There's 40,000 other people recording a video for you. It's on television with the best angles. What do you need to record it? So that's why modern day pops aren't very good. If you've noticed in AEW, dude, I'm watching the crowd right now, dude. No one's got their phones up. People in AEW are like an ECW was in the late 90s, man. People are just losing themselves, which is so awesome because it's 2021 with the WWE audience, like I said, they can't fucking go get unhinged and excited because they got their fucking cell phones in their hands,
Right. Well, like you pointed out, another good example is look at the wrestling crowd on Raw, and then look at the NXT's crowd. You pointed that out.
Oh,
it's like two totally different crowd experiences, man.
That's another example. In NXT, you'll see some people but for the most part, that's a wrestling crowd. They realize they're smart. They're like, dude, I don't need to freaking sit and record this. I'm gonna record this in my mind. You know what I mean? And the thing is, let me just say,
I don't think nothing. Have you heard anything about Bray Wyatt yet?
Not yet, but there's rumors. And it's almost like
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's almost like it's going to happen. And at that point, let me put it to you this way: Daniel Bryan and CM Punk being signed, because you said have the wars started. Okay, with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, man, shots freaking fired, right?
Yeah.
If they sign the Fiend, if Bray Wyatt, that is the official sealant. That is the cherry on top. That is WWE is going to have a true ratings battle now on their hands. Because you're talking a guy like me. Right. I'm a 30-year WWE lifer, right?
Right. Yeah.
I'm 35, man. I've been watching WWE since I was 5.
Yeah.
Shit you not.
I grew up in the golden era, the 80s, but yeah.
Right.
Oh shit. Okay. This breaking news. Wet Movie 1 just signed with AEW. Nice. Yo, the dream matches we get with Brendan and CM Punk, man. I'm excited.
This guy. I don't even remember what I was saying. Damn it. I have to take this shot to remember. What was I saying? Wet Movie 1 with this fucking hilarious comment got me off.
I know.
No. Starstruck,
you said you've been
watching, bro.
I know, that's right, man.
Damn.
The legends watching us, man. No, you were saying you've been a lifer. You've been like a 30-year WWE lifer.
And I think I swore by for a long time. I was like, I'll never. But it's like when you've got my two favorite guys that you've unceremoniously let leave because you couldn't fucking compensate them enough. Because you're too busy giving Brock. No, look. I love Brock.
Yeah.
Brock, it's not Brock's fault. It's WWE's fault for giving like all this money to Brock Lesnar, just top heavy. It's like Brock Lesnar, $10 million. You know what I mean? And then it's like
4 matches a year.
Right. And then it's like CM Punk, 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million, Daniel Bryan, 3 million. It's like, dude, just WWE are letting these stars leave. Yeah. And they think that, and some casual fans think, oh, it's WCW 2.0. They're going to fail. It's not WCW 2.0, dude. Cody Rhodes is running this shit. Chris Jericho's running this shit. Tony Khan is the booking agent, right? He's the booker, but you got guys in there that know their stuff. You know what I mean?
You know how your excited is right now? How you are kind of excited what's going on? Yeah. Sci-Fi Century's in the house here. What's up, man? So WCW, I know you didn't really watch WCW, but WCW,
I did a bit.
When our guys started going over there, that's how big a deal it was. When we had, all of a sudden we had, because, we got Daniel Bryan over here, CM Punk over here.
Hey, I was
at the
watching,
time,
I know.
it was, it was when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash went over there. We were losing our shit. The crowd was losing our shit, especially when you had when Rey Mysterio jumped out and Kevin Nash caught him and threw him like a dart in the fucking trailer, head first. We were like, oh my God. I was calling my friend. I was like, oh my God, are you watching this right now? So it's exciting. Wrestlers jumping around, is it smooth? Is it smooth?
Oh, it is deliciously smooth, sir.
Wrestlers jumping around and wrestling at different organizations is exciting. It is
very exciting. And
yeah.
This is the first time that it is, like you said, and Mr. Century has said that it is replicated a time period when Razor Ramon and Diesel jumped ship to WCW, Lex Luger jumped ship, Bret Hart jumped ship, Hogan jumps. I mean, before them, we're talking like big stars.
Right.
And WWF at the time floundered for a bit. I mean, Shawn Michaels was champion.
Mm-hmm.
Bless his freaking heart, man. One of the best of all time. Poor guy had the world on his shoulders. At that time, it was like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
The Undertaker, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Triple H. I don't know. He wasn't really he wasn't the game.
He wasn't the game.
I don't think at that time. This was in your house era. This is everyone. WCW had everyone, and they were just. It was. I can't imagine what it was like being a WCW fan at that time.
Well, it's kind of hard cheering for. What's up, Tino? What's cracking, man? It's kind of hard to cheer for face Shawn, and around that time, he was face Shawn.
He was.
I'm just saying though, just face Shawn.
Just like, sexy boy. How can you not cheer? How can you not cheer, Preston?
I mean, he's such a good heel, I mean, he could be face, I guess, a little bit. But it was like,
heel Shawn.
Yeah. We got NWO doing crazy shit with Sting on WCW at the time, before WCW ruined everything.
Yeah.
What am I gonna watch? Kevin Nash throwing Rey Mysterio headfirst into a trailer, or face Shawn Michaels, or face Shawn Michaels body slamming Vader easy.
Right.
Yeah. What am I gonna watch?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Monday Night Wars, for the first time in history, WWE lost 5 weeks straight, bro. That is that never happens. It's unheard of. It's very unheard of.
Right. And they continued to have some losing weeks. And then obviously DX came and fucking just somehow, because, if WCW could have kept their shit correct with NWO, how could you lose? Even with DX, NWO, bro.
Well, DX was created. That was their response to NWO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, let's make our stable.
Don't get me wrong. I loved DX.
It got over.
DX
was over.
I was 12, 13 years old watching DX, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm like the most impressionable age of
Who
my
was
life.
Not doing Suck It?
Right.
Everybody was doing that shit.
This is pre-God Shawn Michaels. I found God Shawn Michaels, by the way. And God, Shawn.
All right, Tino, have a good one, man. Have a good one, Tino.
Reminds me of, but Shawn reminds me of Seth Rollins. He gets those comparisons, but his first promo skills. Seth is a great promo artist. But just like you said, it's actually not very hard to cheer for babyface Rollins. I don't know why. Rollins is just a badass because he's not coming out I'm just a sexy boy in fucking cowboy straps. So it's kind of easy to take him seriously as a good guy. But as a bad guy, Rollins, dude. Yeah. Heel Rollins is just like heel CM Punk, just like heel Shawn Michaels. I put them all kind of on this level. Michaels, Punk, and Rollins heel are just great.
Yeah. Here's a good point here. Sci-Fi says, I think WWE is just lacking writers, plus AEW is just doing the risky stuff, and they are just running with it. You gotta take risks. Competition, man. That's why Attitude Era, in my opinion, is the best era, because WWE had to take risks. They were like, WWE was getting their asses kicked. They had to take risks. Plus ECW was coming up. That kind of helped birth the Attitude Era too. You know what I mean? Aren't you tired of your intelligence getting insulted? In an era where we have good guys versus bad guys is passe. You remember that spiel Vince did?
Yeah, for sure.
ECW
Vince,
was
dude,
creating
was so
buzz.
cocky in that speech.
Yeah, and so the Attitude Era was built. So, risks is the thing. WCW did the same thing. Competition is good. That's the point we're trying to make here. Competition is a good thing.
This is why this is so exciting. Like you just said, competition is a good thing. And this is the first time WWE is being backed into a corner. And they may not realize it.
Right.
But if someone like me who supported WWE religiously for this long can see what is happening, can see the shift, can actually see AEW was smart. They didn't come out and try and sign a bunch of they signed a bunch of people because they needed talent, but they didn't try to come out and try to compete with WWE out of the gate. They just came out, did what they did.
Yeah.
Built their core fan base, didn't really give a fuck what WWE was doing. And then all of a sudden, I mean, just like a sniper, just literally just sniped all of their talent right out from under them. I mean, and here's the thing what people don't realize. WWE is in trouble mainly because you have Fox and USA right now. Fox paid them like $1 billion for the rights to SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, these guys are like, whoa, wait a second. You guys are releasing like all your biggest stars. What the hell's going on? And now you've got this company over here that's funded by someone who's richer than Vince McMahon.
Right.
Tony Khan is richer than Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Tony Khan's father is like a multi-billionaire.
I have the perfect photo. I have the perfect photo right here.
Right. That's exactly the cherry on top right there. There's the cherry. There it is.
Oh,
now,
man.
As long as Tony, here's the only thing that could happen. The only thing that could run AEW into the ground is if Tony starts letting this go to his head and he starts getting power hungry and control, and all of a sudden it's not fun Tony anymore.
Well, like any organization has the potential to botch booking of their talent and botch the company. There is that possibility. The good news and awesome news is we're getting all this talent that was being completely wasted in WWE. Now we're getting it over here. So now they have, they can make more money, they'll have more success, but the booking, they could fuck it up later. Who knows? Exactly. Towards the end of the year, they may have CM Punk losing to, I don't know, Doink. We're going to get Doink out of retirement. I don't know. Doink. You never know. You never know. There's a possibility to,
He's at to come back from the grave.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm using that as the gimmick. The gimmick is what I'm using. But hold on. I think John had a good one here. Well, thank you, John. I missed your comment there, but he said that it was. Here we go. I don't know why I said 5 weeks.
Yeah,
83 weeks. Yeah, 83 weeks.
I feel like it was longer than that.
Yeah, I don't know where I got 5 from. Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Because NWO is crushing it, dude. And so this is what's happening is you sign Punk, you sign Bryan. Wrestling purists, their favorite wrestlers of the last decade. I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
I'm converted. I haven't had cable in 10 years because I'm like, dude, I'm just going to watch pay-per-views on WWE Network or Peacock now. I'm going to watch rerun highlights on YouTube. I don't need to watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is the first time in a decade that I have wanted to pay $80 a month for cable just so I can watch AEW.
Do it.
I mean, it's like, that's how excited I am to just be a part of these iconic wrestling moments that are happening. I want to see these dream matches. I want to see CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan versus freaking Hangman Page in a triple threat.
All those guys. Yeah.
There's just so many dream matches. I can't even imagine at this point. Bray Wyatt versus CM Punk. Who would have ever thought that would have happened? I mean, like, there are so many things that they could do if they do it right.
CM Punk versus Kenny Omega, man. There you go.
Could you imagine
the American
Punk
Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus, Aleister Black, my boy. And speaking of my boy, I'm so happy. My boy, Aleister Black, Tommy End, Malachi Black is kicking ass and taking names and being used correctly, unlike them doing absolutely nothing with him and then finally doing something with him just to let him go.
Right. Yeah.
And to go back to what Sci-Fi said earlier about the writing, well, recently, the head of the writers said that they're not even calling WWE wrestling organization. There's like, we don't do wrestling here. That's not what we do here. Like, he said that. Like, in the writing room, he's like, we don't do wrestling here. Right. We're entertainment.
It's been that way for a while,
Yeah, I know.
And ever since Vince wanted to get away from that, I don't know, he's just so hell-bent and he doesn't want to be a wrestling company. And it's like, well, that's what made you what you are. So don't forget, like, your roots. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget your core fan base. You can appeal to your fly-by-night fans and your casual fans with your Jake Paul appearances and your fucking your Xavier Woods squirting, like getting the Miz with a squirt gun. I was at Monday Night Raw, right? Took my son to Monday Night Raw last week, a couple weeks ago, here in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say that the crowd was lit for a San Diego crowd. The San Diego crowds historically always suck. That's why they rarely come here like once a year, and it's like, San Diego crowds suck. This crowd was off the chain, like just
good,
so awesome.
But good.
Jake Paul makes his appearance, and we're booing him out of the building, and then they do this stupid comedy segment where like the Miz is out there with Johnny Morrison, and then Xavier Woods comes out and he squirts him with a squirt gun, and it's like this tiny little stream of water. It's super like just very, very anticlimactic, the scene. And they're like swimming in the ring, like, oh my God, I'm soaked by water. Like they're like reacting like it's this, like they're being, drenched by Stone Cold Steve Austin and the beer truck in the 90s. And he's hitting him with like this tiny little squirt gun. It's just like, I don't get why Vince thinks that that's what people want to see.
Right. Yeah. No,
Who
you're
is
right.
making those decisions?
Yeah. Yeah. E-Man here says wrestling is a banned word from Vince.
It's true.
That is why Bryan emphasized pro wrestling so much in the post-show. He is there to wrestle because AEW does pro wrestling.
Even in his WWE segments, you would constantly hear Daniel Bryan say, this, and this, I want to be the best at pro wrestling. You'd constantly hear Daniel Bryan and CM Punk say that because they knew that they weren't allowed to say that.
Right.
And they would do it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, this is what I'm here to be. I'm here to be a wrestler, not an actor, not a fucking circus act,
The thing is like, I am a fan of pro wrestling, even though I'm kind of not really following it that much. I'm trying to, but I don't have all the channels and all the cables and all that stuff. But I try to keep up as best as I can. If it interests me, though, But the thing is like, I've watched some matches in Impact Wrestling. What, they got like 30 people in that audience? Mm-hmm. Still have some great matches. I've watched some matches in Ring of Honor. That's a small stadium, not a lot of people there. Still had some great matches there. New Japan, got great stuff over there. Okada, all those guys. And, Kota Ibushi and all that. And AEW, obviously. But WWE, we don't want WWE to fail.
Right.
We get angry and we want to do this to them. Right. Because they're like, look, you have all this talent. There's a lot of talent still left in WWE. There's really good wrestlers over there. Yep. But the booking is ruining a lot of them. Like, why is McIntyre Highlander now? Why is he taking a sword everywhere and trying to use the sword to kill people? What is happening? There can only be one. There can only be one.
Master. He's Hercules.
He's the Beastmaster. Right? And this guy just was like the top of the world. He was the king.
The sword thing was cool for a bit. It was like he brought the sword out.
Just for the entrance, right?
For the entrance.
That's fine.
And then all of a sudden, I don't know, man. They just, here's what Vince does. Right. He's like a genius at pushing someone for like a year.
Right.
And then after that year is up, I don't know what he either just loses interest entirely, or has no idea what to do the second year. I shit you not. He did this with Rusev. He did this with what's Rusev going by now?
Miro.
You know, Rusev had one of the most all-time heel pushes, dude. Yeah. Rusev rolled out into WrestleMania on a tank.
Right.
I'm serious. I've seen it. Tank. Yeah. One of the greatest WrestleMania entrances ever, in my opinion. It was fucking epic.
Wrestling the Golden Boy, John Cena. Yeah.
He loses to John Cena. They make him lose to John Cena for whatever reason. Cena, Vince just sees no value in continuing Rusev's dominating push past 1 year. I don't understand it. It's like, how do you not? The Fiend, how did they fuck that up?
Easy.
That was the freshest thing WWE had seen in years.
Yeah.
With the mask, the angle, the Firefly.
Tom Savini, all you horror fans out there, Tom Savini did the mask. Carrying a lantern with his head.
Right.
It was really dope at first. And then they botched that. We got another super chat from John. Thank you, my friend. Do you think
that another $5 donation?
Do you think AEW is in danger of having too many surprises on one show? Even though I know the show was awesome, should they spread out the surprises? No, I think it was fine. If they do this every single pay-per-view, then, I think fans will like it. But it's kind of, you don't want to do it too much. Spread it out. But excuse me, I can speak in English. All Out is their WrestleMania. So why not go all out and have all the surprises they did? But yeah, it's a good point, John. If they do it every single pay-per-view, I think fans will still cheer. The fans will still get excited. Like, holy shit, Liv Morgan's here, or holy shit, Bray Wyatt's here. They'll get excited. But in terms of, they probably shouldn't do it in every single event. That's probably a good point here.
And they're not going to have super matches every single event either. I mean, if they're smart, the way WWE used to book in the olden days, and even WCW, is you have one marquee match. Right. That's the match you want fans to kind of focus on. Because if you have like 5 matches that are must see, then it's like by the time you get to the marquee match, you're drained. You've just seen 4 must see matches. There's a 5th, like Jesus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully they will spread it out.
Right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's right. Sci-Fi Century. There's AAA. They got good matches over there. There's still great talent out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I agree with John right here. Ricochet was so good at NXT. He needs to leave and come over to AEW. He does.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. What a waste.
Yeah.
Ricochet has a place in AEW, dude. Yeah. He would be the high flyer in AEW.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they kind of need one because Pac keeps. I don't know what Pac's that thing is. Pac is like. There's always.
He's really good.
He's great. Pac is awesome.
Yeah.
But there's always something with him. There's always his matches always get removed from the card, or
I don't know.
I don't know if it's backstage issues or what, dude. But that
I don't know.
Dude
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
he's another great talent. I can't even imagine Pac versus Ricochet. That would be insane,
bro. Great. I mean, dream that just.
That would be insane. But here's the thing. Because of the success of other people crossing over and having success, I mean, don't be surprised if your boy Finn Balor might be next.
Dude, I hope.
You never know, man.
I'm at this point where every wrestler that is being absolutely wasted is fucking hilarious. Everyone that's being wasted, I just hope they come to AEW. And there's one guy.
Yeah.
One guy on my ultimate wish list.
Okay.
One of the all-time wasted wrestlers of the last 10 years. In my opinion, one of the legendary promo artists. He only had a couple-year run. Damian Sandow. Okay, he's also known as Aaron Rex now or something else. I don't know.
Was he in Impact for a while?
He was in WWE. He did. He went to Impact.
I mean, after.
He went to Impact for a bit. It kind of blows my mind that he's not in AEW because him and Cody Rhodes had this tag team called the Rhodes Scholars, right? And
Okay.
Cody Rhodes was like this, like almost played second fiddle to Sandow.
Huh.
And they'd come out and they were just pompous. We're smart, you know, and
Right.
he would
Smug.
give this promo and come out and just like school the crowd. Just he's super intelligent. His promos were good, right?
Yeah. I wonder where he is right now.
And then he was in a tag team with the Miz.
I remember
And this
some of that.
guy,
Some of the
he was
highlights.
called Mizdow.
Yeah.
And so this guy got himself over as the stunt double or whatever, body double to the Miz. I can't explain it to you. It made no sense. But for a guy on the sidelines to get the crowd, I mean, he was so popular.
Yeah.
Well, that when he turned on the Miz, the pop was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then he comes out with new theme song, new music, like he's about to be pushed.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just gone.
Well, you can't. That's a no-no. You can't get yourself over.
Do you know why that is?
You can't do that. They don't like that. Vince hates that.
Do you know why that is?
Go ahead. Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
Or do you have the answer? Because it's Vince.
I do have the answer.
Oh, okay. If it's not Vince's creation, he doesn't like it. But go ahead.
Hey,
what's your answer?
I do have the answer.
What's your answer?
The answer is this. Okay. Vince was smart and he realized, I can't ever let someone have as much power and control again as, say, someone like Austin, Cena, Hogan. The company, once they see someone getting too popular, they purposefully fucking swipe the rugs right out from under him. What's you doing? Stunner! Stunner! Yeah.
Time for Desmond to go to bed.
That's my conspiracy theory thing with that is they purposefully do that. When they see someone getting too popular, they realize the creative control that person can start to command.
Right.
No, only Roman Reigns lately, I feel like, crossed over finally for the first time in forever.
And he's got some pull. He's got some say now,
He's got some pull, I think. Yeah.
So E-Man says, and Pazuzu said as well, Pac has issues with traveling from the UK. So that could be part of it as well.
I know there was one like in the first when he was part of the first one of the first pay-per-views. Something happened with him. It could have been COVID related too, because that could have been that was probably last year. So
right. Oh, John says Sandow's in NWA right now. He's the champ over there. That's good.
Oh, nice. He deserves it. He deserves it. He does.
How cool is that?
And they should sign him.
Yeah, I think we all would love to see Finn Balor in AEW because they're not doing anything. And the thing is like, you made me a fan, Leo, of NXT. Mm-hmm. You made me a fan. I see somebody behind you. You made me a fan.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Of NXT.
Yeah, I'll get into 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You made me a fan of NXT.
Some berries, I guess.
And it seemed like that was really the only thing worth watching for a while that was WWE related was NXT because the matches were so good and you had young talent put on display. And I felt like, I was a fan of wrestling again. It felt so nice to watch NXT. And then you warned me. It's like, don't get attached because as soon as those guys get pushed up and brought up to the main roster, it's over. And it has happened. Look, pretty much all my favorites have all been botched on the main roster.
Why do you think Adam Cole basically refused to go up to the main roster? That wasn't a creative decision. That was Adam Cole refusing to go to the main roster.
John says Sandow is doing amazing over in NWA. He is the champ, so that's pretty dope.
All time, one of, in my opinion, top 5 wasted. That we should do a video one day of like the wasted talents. Top 5 wasted talents.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun to do. But now here's the thing. So I was like, okay, I don't really follow WWE that much. I'm just whatever's on YouTube, but just out of curiosity. But if I was able to watch NXT like I used to, I probably would still kind of keep up with NXT because it was real wrestling to me. They brought it back.
But
now NXT is not even safe anymore. The one thing that was sacred to us real diehard pro wrestling fans. The one thing that was sacred to us that we could hold on. Now that is in danger. And there's been this big announcement that Vince is going to make changes again and ruin it. It's like, God damn it.
So you have
this whole new overhaul for NXT. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, give us something.
You have this great color scheme, nice and simple, classic gold and black. Nice and just simple production. It didn't need to be over the top. It didn't need Bruce Pritchard.
Wrestling.
It doesn't need Vince McMahon. That's why NXT is popular. You're going to do what you always do, and you're going to alienate your core fan base of NXT now. You're going to fucking kill it now. All your original NXT fans are going to bail on you now, and they're going to fucking jump ship to AEW because AEW is servicing the fans.
Right. Yeah.
How could you don't fix what isn't broken, right?
No.
NXT is not broken. You don't need to rebrand it. You don't need to make a rainbow fucking logo. They're doing now. What? Like, huh? Like,
but
I don't
whatchamacallit
have a problem with the rainbow logo, but you could. But the gold and black, everything is fine with NXT. It doesn't need a rebranding.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And so now Triple H.
Go ahead. No, just reading Sci-Fi Century. Goldberg needs to stop wrestling.
Come on, at least his entrances are still badass. Come on.
Well, as long as they make their matches 5 seconds, right, Century? 5-second matches for Goldberg. Sci-Fi Century. If you, I know you don't really like the wrestling of today, but I highly recommend you check out the most recent NXT Takeovers match. Just the match. You don't need to watch the event. You should be able to find it online of Walter versus. Was it Dragunov?
Oh my!
I think it was Dragunov. Help me out, Chad, if that's wrong.
Oh, that match was badass.
Walter versus Dragunov is amazing, man. We're talking beat down, old school, chopping each other till the chest blood is bleeding and red, like technical shit. NXT, it is great. Leo doesn't even know who those guys are, and he was impressed. Walter versus Dragunov, Sci-Fi Century. Check that one out. The recent one on NXT. You got to watch that one. That one's great. Yeah, but that's why we liked NXT.
Right. Yeah. It's for and then now it's going to be brighter. It's going to be more production. They're probably going to bring pyrotechnics in and just fucking ruin it.
Just make it like Raw.
Just another, because they see dollar signs. Vince is going, well, shit. This is like a third brand. Let's just come in and do what we wanted to originally do with ECW. We ruined that.
They botched it.
We ruined ECW, so let's ruin NXT.
Speaking of ruining ECW, so here's the thing. Vince McMahon is a genius promoter. He's a genius. But we all know that he's insane. You're fired. I don't give a damn about your AEW. All you jobbers you're not needle movers. You were never needle movers. So yeah. We all I like this. I like Pazuzu, what he said here. Walter should be booked to smash Lesnar.
Yeah,
that'll never happen.
It'll never happen, though.
You know why?
Because no one smashes Lesnar.
Walter's fat. What's the big deal about Walter? Go back to Europe. Sorry, I had to get that
out. It would never happen. The only person that's ever been booked to squash Lesnar was Goldberg.
Yeah, that's true.
Vince is fucking wild, dude. Like, he just makes the most random. Let's squash the Undertaker with Lesnar, and then have Goldberg squash Lesnar. So ipso facto, Goldberg would fuck up the Undertaker. It's basically what you're saying. That's literally what you did with that. Yeah, that's how stupid Vince is. Because Vince is smart. That's the thing. He's so genius. It's like he has like a left and right brain. Genius over here. And then over here, he can't
insane.
He can't get past his own self. He can't.
No,
he refuses to innovate. That's
Right.
what it is, and that's kind of a an old man disease. Honestly, I mean that's Al Davis refused to innovate with the Raiders. Everyone knew the Raiders were never going to change as a football team until Al Davis died years ago. He was like 90.
Right.
It's like that's just what it takes. These guys, he's going to have a stranglehold on WWE until he has a drunken conversation with someone one night and is convinced to sell it, or he will die.
I like what Michael says here. He believes Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong should be in AEW. Yeah, I agree with that.
Here's the thing,
says Strawman is rumored to be an Impact with Wyatt and Bo Dallas. That's interesting.
Wanted Bo Dallas. See, I said Bo Dallas should have joined the Wyatt family a long time ago. I'm like, you have another amazing NXT talent. This dude was one of the longest reigning NXT champions at the time of all time. And dude, his shtick was so simple and over, and Vince just didn't get him, dude. Again, just didn't get him. And then couldn't have enough fucking know-how to go, oh, he's brothers with Bray in real life. He has long hair. We can make him look kind of fucking weird and psycho and make him join the Wyatt family. I mean, why could...
Now, this is interesting. E-Man says here, but can Impact Wrestling afford Braun Strowman, though? I don't know if they can afford him, but we'll see what happens. E-Man says if AEW doesn't pull more than $1.5 million each week with these new additions, then they will remain a niche product. New fans might check in, but they don't stay for long term. That's an interesting point. That can happen. That could happen.
Time will tell.
Yeah, but we still can't. It still can't stop us pure wrestling fans from being excited, though. Yes. We're excited for the prospect. We were excited. Well, I don't know if Leo remembers this, but I was excited when we had the invasion angle, and it was WCW wrestlers showing up on Raw, kicking WWE wrestlers' asses, and then ECW guys came in. This is when Vince bought everything out. And it was really exciting. You had Raven show up on Raw and like DDT even flow someone and point, and the crowd went nuts. Taz would choke somebody out. It was exciting, but they ended up botching it. And why? Because Vince McMahon, I believe, loves trolling the audience. I think he gets off on trolling us because not only did he ruin the whole invasion angle, after the invasion, he just fired people he didn't need. He thought he didn't need when we could have had some dream matches. He just fired them all. And then he decided to, let's have our own version of ECW, which was atrocious. It was atrocious. Like, they totally missed the point of what made ECW special. And to troll the audience, again, here's a good example of how Vince loves to troll the audience. Even if it's a great idea, he'll just do the opposite to fuck with us. Because to troll the audience, because fans weren't really watching ECW because it sucked, the WWE ECW, Vince McMahon, to troll the audience, became ECW champ. Look at this, guys. He loves trolling us. He loves it when we go insane. He enjoys it. Yeah, there's no reason. Because fans were complaining.
Stephanie McMahon is the same way. She loves trolling the audience, dude. She's out there. You can just tell she loves fucking with the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a McMahon thing. Like, they just get off on just fucking with us. And that's the sad, that's the only thing that a little bit bothers me, though, is that they're so rich and so set in stone that they can pump out a mediocre product and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What bothers me is that they don't care.
No.
If you don't care, fucking sell the company. If it's all about money anyway,
sell it.
Sell the company and go fucking relax on a yacht
retire
for the next 40 years. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let someone who cares run this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, is that? I mean,
well, because of what? No, it's again. If your heart's not into it, if you don't really care, then sell it. You're still going to get your money. But I know because of at the time, now it's all fucking botched because Vince is taking over NXT. So, but at the time, Triple H actually did some good things in NXT. There was actually some
great
things. Some booking, some great storylines. I was so invested in what's going on,
bro,
that a lot of people, including you and me, were hoping that at some point, Vince would hand over the keys and Triple H would become the new Vince McMahon.
or at least that's hilarious.
We were hoping Triple H would be the new owner, right?
Or he would at least be the next. He would at least have Bruce Pritchard's role.
Something.
That's what was a little surprising, is because obviously Pritchard's been there forever, but Pritchard is like in full control of Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
That's what we thought. We thought with the work Triple H put in with NXT and what he did, we figured Vince would go, there you go. There's your proof in the pudding. Look what fucking Triple H did with that. Yeah. Instead, he sees zero value in that and just wants to change everything again. And now Triple H is not in charge of NXT. That's what blows my mind.
Yeah.
That all the work he did in NXT is just erased.
Yeah. I remember when we just watched a pay-per-view, an NXT pay-per-view, and out of nowhere, it was a phenomenal takeover event. Right. And I remember, NXT brought back World War III, son. That's a WCW wild creation. They brought that back, right? And that was exciting. But I remember the very next Raw or whatever, for absolutely no reason, Vince brought up Ricochet, Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano for no reason. He just brought them up. And Tommaso Ciampa ended up injuring himself for no storyline, no nothing. Like, here you go. Here they are. And it was like, they still had storylines on NXT going on at the same time. No, fuck it. Bring them up. You know what I mean? War Games. Thank you, Pazuzu. War Games. But, yeah, War Games. I got to say like Regal. But, what I do doesn't have to make any sense.
I just do things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you really going to tell this man? Are you really going to tell this man what to do? Stand back. Stand back. Dude. When I was just a boy, everybody told me what I should do and who I should be. Stand back.
The guy's
stand back.
Every time I watch that, I'm like, dude, that guy for the dance style, for what he was doing, that guy could fucking move. He was Elvis meets like James Brown. He's like, it was like, I can't explain. That guy, he probably took every one of those girls home that night.
It's what we do here. It's what we do here, chat. We have fun, baby. We have
1989.
Fun. Oh my god.
Or whatever that was, or time period that
was. Woo! The tears are coming out. I'm crying now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Woo! Oh, you remember when this happened? Anthony brought up a good point too. I was thinking about this, Anthony, but I couldn't remember. This happened. You remember when this bullshit happened? Remember the time the McMahon family came out and told the fans that they're going to listen to the fans. They played them like suckers. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because stand back. Stand back. I like trolling. Look at these motherfuckers crying and weeping. Look at these motherfuckers. Stand back. It's just it's fun. God. When you're that rich and powerful, it's fun. It's like puppet dance, right?
It's exactly. Here's the reality, dude. Vince has always felt this way. It's a traveling circus, dude. He's always felt that way.
Yeah.
He has grown attached to people over time, so he has that soft side of him where he loves people like the Undertaker and these people that have been in his life forever and shit. It's just a traveling circus to him. I mean, it always has been. You're traveling from city to city to city to city, 300 days a year, and you're, just putting on a show, packing up, and going on the road to the next city. I mean, there's no real Vince isn't sitting in a room going how can I help? How can I? All these guys really want to become something. He's not. He doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No.
No. As long as I
feel. Go ahead.
As long as I got Xavier Woods, squirt gunning the Miz. I'm gonna get 2 million views. 2 million viewers or whatever. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
But the
Jake
thing is,
Paul.
it's like, okay, we know WWE most likely is not going to change, and I feel bad for the
Well,
talent in the back. It's possible.
it could.
We could get some good matches here and there, right? But it's just one of those things where, most likely Vince is not going to change, and he's going to keep making the bad decisions that he's making, and
Yeah.
WWE is probably going to be the same. Just because there's that potential that AEW may fail, and New Japan may fail, and Impact may fail, just because there's that potential's there, because you never know. AEW may fail in the end. You never know. Doesn't mean that we should just accept the bullshit. It doesn't mean that we're like, well, AEW might fail later. Not that many people's going to watch. They're not making that much money. Their ratings aren't there. Oh, well. We shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't accept mediocrity. Well, this is all we got. Raw.
Well,
I guess that's all we got. We shouldn't be that way. We should be excited for the prospect for that good wrestling can happen someplace else. It may fail. We don't want it to fail. We don't want WWE to fail. We want WWE to be good.
Yep.
And what I mean by fail, not financially, they will never fail financially, but with the quality of wrestling, pro wrestling, we want that to be where it should be. And
fans, we have been disserviced for a lot of years. You and I have been talking about this for dude. How many WrestleManias?
I checked out during the ruthless aggression era.
Yeah, but
the only reason I was watching was because of Eddie Guerrero.
But I'm talking when you and I started watching together, though.
Yeah.
When I drive up to your place, we watch WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, whatever it was like for a few in a row, we were just so disserviced as fans. You're just like, it just be like, what? Like, just the most dumbfounded, stupid, head scratcher decisions.
Right.
And what you just said you said we shouldn't have to just accept mediocrity, which is what we had to do. WWE had a stranglehold, a monopoly on professional wrestling for the last however many years, just because TNA exists and Ring of Honor and New Japan. None of them could none of them could really compete because they don't have the money to do so, plain and simple. Right. Mm-hmm. And we have had to just accept the bullshit. That's the sad part. We have had to just all those years when Daniel Bryan should have won the Royal Rumble, should have been the champion, and they were pushing Reigns. Remember?
Right.
We've had to WWE has conditioned its audience to look down on any other product because they've accepted mediocrity for 20 years. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We've had to just accept it. We don't have to anymore, guys. That's what's crazy is we can jump ship as WWE fans because when you finally realize, like, what the fuck am I, it's kind of like why am I buying Madden 20 years in a row, right, for PlayStation when they're not changing anything, paying $60 every year for the same game. They're not really changing anything but the rosters. What do I do? What am I giving this company my money for, really? I'm conditioned. I think I have to because it's all I have.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been with wrestling, is it's like, we don't have to now. We can look and go, wow, AEW had enough sound mind to sign all the people that WWE was not only wasting, but that true wrestling fans wanted them to desperately push and give more to. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Rusev, huge examples. Adam Cole. I mean, the list is going to continue. Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to continue. The Fiend's going to come over. Strowman, if he goes to Impact, bless his heart. But, I mean, it's just I don't know, man. This is like a true wrestler's. It's not like the difference between WCW when they plucked Diesel and Razor Ramon. Mm-hmm. Diesel and Razor Ramon were fan favorites, but that was like conditioned fan favorites. We were conditioned to like them because that's WWE product. Like that's who was pushed. These are guys that earned the respect on the indie scene, earned the fans' respect, brought guys like me and you back into wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop watching Daniel Bryan do his flying headbutts out of the ring and do these things he was doing, put his body on the line.
Yeah.
Unlike other guys weren't doing for all these years.
I remember when I don't remember what pay-per-view you were watching, but I remember you calling me and going, "Yo, you gotta watch." And it wasn't the main event; it was like an earlier match, and it was Daniel Bryan versus somebody else. And you told me like, "Yo, this match, it's like strong style meets technical wrestling." Like I don't remember who he was wrestling, but you were saying this was shades of like Brett and Mr. Perfect era.
Right.
And I don't remember who it was.
I remember that too. Yeah.
But I remember, there is talent. Wrestling has changed, right? Kayfabe is dead. Kayfabe is dead. That's why Jim Cornette's angry all the time. Because kayfabe is dead.
Yeah.
And it's just wrestling's changed, but there is talent there. We give these guys a chance. Great booking is the key. If they resurrect the ghost of Doink, they will resurrect the ghost of Doink, and the ghost of Doink will beat Daniel Bryan, CM Punk on the same night. It's not good booking.
Right.
And I like all styles, man. I like all these styles. Lucha Libre style, straight up brutal, old school Walter style. I love all the different styles and the different flavors that these guys have.
Right.
But we're tired of mediocrity, and we're tired of the same old, same old. Why do you think people were going crazy running the ECW in a small little tiny ass arena when it was just like 50 people in there and everybody was going insane? Why? Why were people turning into WCW at the time?
You need something different. Something fresh.
Yes.
You can't have the same. You can't imagine going to the same rock concert for fucking 25 years and listening to the same songs.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. We've been conditioned. We were desensitized. It's all we had. So we needed to watch it. We needed wrestling.
Right.
But dude, I mean, it's just they're as long as they, the big fear and the big worry is that they have so many stars that they're not going to be able to push everyone.
Right. And I think somebody asked that earlier. Do you think AEW's roster's going to get bloated? I think it's already bloated.
Yeah, but the thing
is,
it's not any different than the Attitude Era of the 90s.
Right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I mean, dude, the list goes on in that era. So they had all kinds of stars, and they pushed everyone just fine. It's because the writers. It didn't have to be everyone's got to be a champion. Everyone's got to have a championship run. You just needed a compelling storyline.
Yeah. And then sometimes the wrestling is so good that you could just tune in and not know who these people are and not know the story build up to it and watch the quality of the match and still be blown away. Like, dude, these guys are putting their bodies on the line. This is amazing. Who are these guys? I got to tune in. Right. And that was my experience with my very first NXT takeover. I didn't watch NXT. I was like, "Oh, takeover, let me try." And I didn't know who all these people were. I didn't know about the build up to the matches or the storyline, but I was like, dude, this crowd reminds me of the days of old, man. This crowd is going crazy. The matches are phenomenal. I got to watch next week. I didn't know who they were, and I didn't know the storyline. And just like we were talking about with Walter. You didn't know who Walter was.
Right.
And you're just like, dude, this match is insane.
Yeah. And when you're with a bunch of people who appreciate the wrestling, when you have someone who does a move and you have everyone go, oh, that's what was so awesome about NXT. That's what's awesome about AEW. That's what WWE lost long ago.
Right.
I can't imagine how desensitized it must be as a performer on the WWE roster, unless you're a big superstar. So many times where, someone does like some fucking awesome move and the crowd doesn't they don't care at all.
They don't give a shit.
And it's just like, how shitty of a feeling.
Yeah.
To put your body on the line like that and to go out in front of 9,000 people and have them just be like, Bob. But never that feeling in NXT.
No. Unlike the old days, like what we got Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart. Remember that match, WrestleMania 8? That's a classic. You know, there's a lot of love and memories of great wrestling matches in WWE. Me as a child growing up, it's there. But when you start seeing the same thing over and over again, and you notice you're just not attached or interested or invested, you're gonna look elsewhere. You know, it's just a natural thing to do.
We finally have a place to look.
I know, right? Now you got a place to look. So now's the time to celebrate, not go, oh, well, AEW is going to die later in the year. Fuck it. No. Celebrate. Support. Yeah. You want to see change? You got to pay for it. Yeah. You got to make an attempt.
Whoever's saying that severely doubts the power of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Because Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes and Miro and Hangman Page, don't get me wrong, Hangman Page, Jungle Boy, all these guys, you know, AEW probably could have coasted just fine on that roster. The fact that they brought CM Punk and Daniel Bryan in, like I said, trying to explain to old school fans, that is like bringing Rock and Austin over to WCW. They were the biggest fucking thing WWE had going for them for a while. Until they had no choice to start pushing Roman Reigns, and and Roman Reigns has finally come into his own. I got to hand it to him.
Well, it took them long enough to book him.
Took him a while, but I think that was Reigns coming in and getting control finally, getting some creative control. He was out for a while. I mean, he was out for the leukemia thing, and then the COVID thing. He basically refused to come to work. He was like, I'm not coming to work.
Right, remember that. Oh, here's another classic. Brett versus Stone Cold, the I Quit match. Yeah, now we're talking.
That made Austin's career, man, that match.
Yeah.
That catapulted
Brett turned heel, and Brett turned heel, man. That was amazing. That was great. But yeah, there's a lot of talent out there, and we want to see these guys and all these organizations used the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, MJF, he's in AEW, and he is like one of the best on the microphone. He's like, and he can actually work. He can actually work in the ring. But the last storyline AEW had with him was him going back and forth with Chris Jericho, and it just didn't work out. And people were like, MJF is being wasted right now. This is how good MJF is on the mic and in terms of in AEW. Yeah.
Ooh.
So like I said, AEW, there's still that potential to botch storylines. Hopefully they don't do it. Fingers crossed, right? But MJF is so good that even Jim Cornette, who hates AEW, loves MJF. He loves MJF. That's how good MJF is. So hopefully they'll get his, career back on track here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, hey, now's the time competition is good, is the point. This is why we wanted to make this video. We wanted to talk wrestling and hang out with you badasses, but we wanted to just remind everyone, competition is good, man. This is good. Other wrestlers have a place to go to work and feed their families. And they're not just, we're just sitting in the back not doing anything, or we're getting fired. You know what I mean? So, AEW is the talk of the town right now. And even though I'm sure a lot of people, I'm sure billions of people out there are going, AEW is no threat. Vince has nothing to worry about, but they're watching. They won't admit it. They will never admit it, but you damn sure know they're watching. Know they're watching, especially over this weekend. There's that red alert going off. They may not admit it, but they're watching. They're getting, and as long as another organization will make them, okay, we got to see what they're doing here. That's good. That's all we need, to take the distraction away. Let them take notice. Oh, shit. What's going on over here? Why is everybody watching this? For me, that's good enough.
Yeah.
For me, that's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking eyes away and you're at least getting casual fans to go like, whoa.
Yeah.
Let me tune in over here at least for a moment.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. And of course, Vince will never change because of this.
Because of the money.
Yeah, it will still, I can put on the most worst matches of all time and make it bland and make it Disney and make it G-rated. You're still gonna fucking watch and pay for it, you bastards. But yeah, I gotta play this one more time.
Never gonna get up. Never gonna let you down.
So all the best luck for the future of AEW. I hope they continue to kill it and give us great matches, and hopefully the booking doesn't fuck up later. Fingers crossed. Let's root for them, man. Let's root for them. And hopefully the writers do something cool with the WWE roster, man. Come on. I want to be exciting for wrestling again. Why do you think CM Punk's impact when he first came out was such a big deal?
Right.
He said in the ring, I want to love wrestling again. Bring back the fucking ice cream bars. Yes. Like let's bring it back. You know, I want to hook up with you, Leo, and be like, yo, let's watch WrestleMania, man. This got some good matches. This is gonna be dope. I want to be excited again.
Right.
And, you know, that's what it's all about. We will gladly give our money, you know, if the product is quality. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So support all wrestling, everyone. That's right. New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact. Support it. Keep it alive. AEW, baby. That's right. And I click on that right there. Yeah, this was fun, but I don't want to keep you too much because I know you had to go and put little man to sleep.
Thank you, bro.
But yeah, this was a blast hanging with Retro Leo, talking wrestling. And hopefully things get better. If not, we got some other place to go to watch wrestling. So
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Having me on your channel, you know, and you got time for me. You got all these like famous celebrities and stuff. And then you got like the riff. Then I come in like the riff raff, you know. It's like hey, I'm just honored, my friend.
This guy. Hey, it's always great to have you here. You know what, man? You're so awesome. You know what? And you guys watching, you guys are so awesome. You know what? Everybody's getting the Redford.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow we're hanging out with Wing Chun Master Alex Richter, the Kung Fu genius. Nice. I know he's got some stories to talk about. That's right. We're talking martial arts. Join me and him tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And don't forget Versus. I haven't announced what this week's is yet. We got a good Versus for you action movie junkies this Thursday. Oh, shit. Leo, what are you doing Thursday?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Because, dude, a special movie trailer's dropping. And it's right up your alley, my friend.
Ooh, that's right.
We got to do a trailer reaction together. And we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
The Matrix, bro.
Yes.
4. That's right. That's your shit. That's
my shit.
I can't do it without you. So we'll figure out when that will premiere because I have Versus from 6 p.m. to it only goes like an hour, but after that, if you're still up, I'll just send you the link. Bro. We'll do a trailer reaction.
Bro,
we got to watch it together and talk about it, man.
I'm down.
Right? So we're gonna try to do that this week for you guys, and then Friday we have a special guest as well. Fun times, talking movies, and we'll see all you badasses next time. Don't forget to like, share, and all right, guys. Take care. We'll see you again.
Thanks, guys.
AEW.
AEW.
PCW.